Hey, how are you? Come be with me on a 40-day spiritual journey. Before I start, I would like to tell you that I got some pointers to ponder on from the book The Purpose Driven Life. All the explanations and reminders are based from my personal point of view and from my own experiences. I hope you appreciate my teachings. You may have your own insights that you can also share. I am grateful to everyone who in any way have helped me see clearly what is right and what is wrong. They say you can become a better person by changing the way you think. What do you mean by changing the way you think? Does this mean being optimistic rather than being pessimistic? Of course, always look at the bright side of things instead of burning yourself out in anger because things didn't work your way. It's not your fault, nor anybody's fault if you had a bad day. Nobody planned what's supposed to happen to you in a day. So take it like whatever comes to me this day, I will face everything with a kind heart and a sound mind. You have no idea how many times in a day do I have super bad thoughts about a person or a situation that happened. I even find myself giggling about those thoughts by myself. But as much as possible, I try my best to shift my mindset into something positive because I don't want to drown myself into what I might become. I admit, however, that I find it fun sometimes to think a little evil about someone or something. It's definitely wrong to make fun of somebody else, but it really is unavoidable. So, for me, it's completely understandable, but don't make it a habit. A journey is always better when it is shared. It is said that real spiritual growth is never an isolated, individualistic pursuit, and that maturity is produced through relationships and community. Maybe yes, maybe no. I am an introvert, so I work better off alone. I find so much peacefulness in all the stillness of the world. I think better and I behave better by myself. But I guess when you are happier, you are even more of a better person. So even if extreme serenity makes you happy, having a partner to share your joys and sorrows will bring you more happiness, and this happiness can transform you into a mature person, matured mindset, and matured behavior. When you have a partner or a few real good friends with you, you can be sure there's someone out there who will catch you when you fall and be there for them too when they fall down. That's what real companionship is about. Never abandon anyone who needs you, not for the reason that they will not abandon you too, but because you know that having no one beside you when you are at your weakest is enough to shatter you. Never do a good deed in the hopes of being reciprocated, because that is not goodness. That is business. Be good to anyone even though they can't do anything for you. You must build your life on eternal truths. It is always best to tell the truth, but it also depends on the situation. Being honest is a good attribute, but I somehow believe that you should not be honest all the time because there are certain situations in life where you also have to lie for the sole reason that it is what will alleviate peace or that it is the solution to the problem. It's okay to tell white lies. You use white lies to cover up the truth. It all depends on your purpose. As long as your purpose is good, it's okay to tell a lie. Before you decide to tell the truth or tell a lie, always consider the possible consequences. Sometimes I would rather tell a lie and keep the truth to myself and see everyone at peace with one another than to tell the truth and see everyone fighting. God will understand. If you think it will not cause any trouble, why not be truthful? You know me inside and out. You know every bone in my body. You know exactly how I was made, bit by bit, how I was sculpted from nothing into something. You are who you are for a reason. You look like you look for a reason. Our lives are not perfect, nor are we born perfect. Some of us are lucky to be born in a wealthy family. We have everything we need right before us. We have a beautiful house, a luxury car, delicious food to eat. We travel the world and we study in exclusive schools. Maybe our parents are prominent personalities. They have successful businesses that we can inherit when we grow older. This is an ideal life. No worries, but most of the people or families who have this kind of life are not that fulfilled, considering there's nothing else they need. Some of them end up having a broken family. Members of the clan are not in good terms with each other. Some of them even live an unhealthy life, involving themselves in mischiefs. Now, why do they do that? Because true happiness cannot be found in material things. Though we have everything, there is always something missing. Some of us are born in a poor family. Every day we struggle to put food on the table. We struggle to provide the things that our families need. Sometimes we ask God why we weren't born fortunate enough to enjoy all the things that we hope for. It's true that it's difficult to find something to be thankful for when you barely have anything at all. Haven't you noticed that you have loving parents and loving siblings or relatives? Even though you are poor, your parents do the best they can to provide you with the things that you need. You may say you deserve more than that. Your parents may not be able to give you all the things that you deserve, but your parents love you enough to make you live, fortunate enough to see the world when you were born. Material things are just material things. They are not something you can get hold of for the rest of your life. You can lose them if you are not careful in handling your finances. While it's awesome to live in abundance, it feels more awesome to live a simple life. A loving family is enough. It's saddening to know somehow that other people are driven to do bad deeds because of poverty. They are good people, but because of their desire to have a better life, they were forced to do such. Others who did such are not longing for a better life, but rather were driven by an extreme sudden need which is perfectly understandable. It is not the right thing to do, however. We should do the right thing however stiff the situation gets. There are still good people out there who can help you. Do not see yourself as unfortunate because other people have so much more than what you've got. Just work hard and save. It will get you to where you want to be. It may take a long time, but you'll get there somehow. Money can give you happiness. It can buy you everything that you desire. But ask yourself if money can give you all the happiness that you are looking for. These realities of life hurt. But these are the things that shape your character from nothing into something. Do you recall a certain point in your life where you noticed that your happiness is quite shallow? Like a new pair of Levi's jeans is enough to put a smile on your face. But have you also noticed those times when you cannot buy the newest edition of DJI pocket camera for your vlogging gig? You sulk in frustration, right? There are so many other situations in life where you felt insufficient, incapable, or stupid about everything that went wrong. All these plans of yours failed. It's not easy when a lot of things or situations in life hurt you so. It's so easy to be nice when everything around you worked to your favor. But when it's not, you forget to be nice, don't you? You weren't born an accident. Everything that's going on with you is part of God's intricate plan. All these sufferings are there so that you grow into His likeness. Someday, all your struggles will develop your sense of wisdom. You will realize that it is in suffering that you get to see clearly the purpose of your existence. If everything is easy, there is no depth, for it is easy to recognize God in happy hours, and in times of trouble, you begin to question the presence of God. I hope that in times of darkness, you don't fail to see God. God made you for a reason, and your life has profound meaning. So value your life or your existence more than those new pair of Levi's jeans or a new edition of DJI pocket camera. Some of us struggle to accept our personality, our background, and our physical appearance. Never wish that you are someone else. God uniquely created you. This happens when you compare yourself to other people. When you see that someone else likes the other person better than you begin to doubt yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. It just so happened that people have different preferences, but that doesn't mean they don't like you. Others prefer a person with timid personality, while others prefer a person with a loud personality. Surround yourself with people who can appreciate your personality. You'd be happier in the company of like minded individuals, those who share the same interests as you. Some of us worry too much about belongingness and acceptance, that we are too cautious in making friends. Will they accept me if my background is like this or like that? True friends can understand whoever you are, wherever you came from. Some people are judgmental. Let them be like that. It is not your duty to please them, and it is not also their obligation to include you in their circle. Just accept the fact that people have different attitude and personalities. Do not make it a goal to make everyone belong to your circle of friends because it is not possible. Just present yourself to them as yourself, and it's up to them if they like you or not, and also vice versa. You don't need to have plenty of friends, just a few good ones. Because sometimes we think that being liked by everyone is a must to raise our status quo. No, it's not. It gives a sense of fulfillment and achievement. It makes us feel powerful and influential. But what's the point of all of this when we are not being true to ourselves and our values? Sometimes we want to make a lot of friends because we are afraid to be on our own. We make allies so we can have people to defend us in times of trouble. This kind of mindset is wrong. Look for genuine friendship, those who would cheer you up when you're feeling down. Do not look for allies, for you are not going to war, nor are you aiming for world domination. Stay away from trouble and live a good life. If you are going through certain issues about self acceptance, you talk to God. Pray, for He is a loving God. Whoever you are, whatever you've done, He will not abandon you. In Him may you find some consolation when afflicted. He says, even when you are old, I will be the same. I can also say this to my friends: I will forever be your loving friend. I cannot provide you with anything that you need other than genuine companionship, lest I myself am troubled too. Do you not like your physical appearance? Why? Sometimes, when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we say, I wish I looked prettier or more handsome. It's natural to feel this way. I wish I looked like her or him. Beauty is not defined by physical features. It feels good to be good looking. It's true that people notice your physical appearance first before they appreciate your personality. We only feel inadequate when we are attracted to someone and we want that person to be attracted to us in return. We begin to be conscious of how we look. Will he or she like me with the way I look? Maybe. Do not aim to attract the person that you like. Instead, wait for that person who will genuinely like you as you, with how you look. I'd rather have someone who loves me than have someone whom I love but doesn't feel the same way I do. You can reciprocate that love little by little. When the time comes that someone is loving you for who you are, regardless of how you look like, you wouldn't think less of yourself anymore. Do not compare yourself to other people because it will definitely destroy your self esteem. You are beautiful in your own way. If others can see your beauty, why can't you? You should already be so thankful that you look normal, even if you seem to wish you look better. Others are born without limbs, but they don't resent being born that way. They are thankful enough to be given the chance to live. Some of them wishes they were born normal too, but even though you weren't born fortunate to be like others, at least you were given the gift of life. Though it will be difficult, being able to live is enough to make you feel good about yourself. When I was younger, I used to be envious of other kids because they always have new clothes to wear, new shoes, and so on. In the classroom, they're the star of the class, introducing Game Boy when it first came to the market, introducing the newest edition of cell phone. I also used to envy my classmates who have more money to buy snacks. Silly, isn't it? They can eat spaghetti for snacks and all other luscious meals. They also can afford to buy soft drinks which cost 10 pesos probably that time. While me, I can only devour a piece of chocolate and a 5 pesos ice candy. In college, I only have money enough to pay for the jeepney fare. When it's enrollment time, I still have to hide my money to pay for tuition in my socks so it doesn't get lost because my parents can't afford to give me any more money than what they gave me. I used to rant about my parents not being able to give me what I want or what I ask for. I used to ask myself why other kids have all these stuffs and I don't even have any of them. Later on, I realized that you should not be resentful about your parents not being able to provide you with everything you need. Be thankful enough that they did their best to provide you with your basic needs. Your parents are working so hard to be able to make you happy and give you what you want, so be grateful for their efforts too. Later on, as you grow older, you'll make mistakes one way or another. You may not be fully aware of that at the moment, but sooner or later, you'll learn and you'll become wiser. Life is not a smooth sailing journey. Allow every experience to shape you into a better person. Bitter or sweet experiences are there to teach you a lesson or two. Also, do not feel bad if your friends can't be there for you to give you the kind of help that you need. Remember that even if you are binded by a bond you call friendship, they are not obliged to help you out. Be thankful if they do, but be brave enough to accept if they turn their back on you. They have their own lives too. Maybe they are incapable to help you out, or maybe they refuse to help you out for some reason. Don't feel bad and still treat them as good friends of yours. I'm sure you can make it out there. You will survive on your own. Be the same loving friend that they knew and will continue to have forever. It will not be the same somehow that I know of, but don't let bad times taint your friendship.